Spanish MEP Cira Rego sparked outrage when he accused the Eastern European country of launching a war against rights during a tense dispute about the supremacy of EU law. Poland is currently locked in a tense standoff with Brussels after its constitutional tribunal ruled that elements of EU law were incompatible with the Polish constitution. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen later expressed frustration over Poland's actions, saying they were a direct challenge to the EU. News of the EU's perceived meddling led to an outcry among express.co.uk readers, who also vowed to support Poland to the hilt. JONNYKK wrote, "Well done Poland. We backed you in 1939 and we will back you now. Get out of that one club as quickly as you can." User Point of Order replied, "The UK and Poland have a very long history. Back in the day there was always an old Polish guy sitting in the bar that never went home after fighting side by side with us against the evil of trying to manufacture a single Europe." Meanwhile, fed up with being lied to, said, "It sure looks like the penny has dropped in Poland." Unfortunately, today we are dealing with a very dangerous phenomenon whereby various European Union institutions usurp powers they do not have under the treaties and impose their will on member states. Barry Lindsay wrote, "This ongoing spat between Poland and the EU makes it very clear that the EU demands control to override every single law of member states, and will use blackmail to force their agenda, which is illegal under EU law." This is the very reason UK voters voted to leave. We had no problems with the original common market and we voted to be a part of it, but the EU had these hidden agendas to morph it into an EU state via the back door, denying the right for the electorate of any state of the chance to deny or agree to these massive changes and surrender of powers. Go for it, Poland, get the hell out while you can. Ms von der Leyen has branded the Polish tribunal's ruling as a direct challenge to the unity of the European legal order. But Poland's Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki claimed that the EU risks ruin or transforming into a dictatorship if it continues to blackmail Poland over fears of Polexit. In a letter written to the EU leaders, Mr. Morawiecki accused the bloc of punishing and starving his country, with threats to withhold £48 billion of COVID recovery funds if they failed to bend to the EU's will. Mr. Morawiecki said, "We ought to be anxious about the gradual transformation of the Union into an entity that would cease to be an alliance of free, equal and sovereign states and instead become a single, centrally managed organism, run by institutions deprived of democratic control by the citizens." The language of financial blackmail, punishment, starving of unsubordinated states, undemocratic and centralist pressures do not have a place in European politics. Such language strikes not only at individual states, but the entire community. Unfortunately, today we are dealing with a very dangerous phenomenon whereby various European Union institutions usurp powers they do not have under the treaties and impose their will on member states. Additional reporting by Monica Pallenberg.